I am sick of using elemental spells, and I want a charged staff. I have to craft all my own elemental runes since bosses don't really drop them, and if I use my tome charges, I'll just have to head back to Wintertot very soon to get more of them. So with completing TOB last episode, I've unlocked a place where I can get a charged staff, the Sanguinesti staff. You charge a staff with blood runes and no elemental runes, so it's perfect for me. So the goal is to now farm TOB for the Sang staff so I can finally make an upgrade to my magic weapon, which has been lacking for a very long time. But to farm TOB, I'm actually going to start off at Tombs of Amascut. I have a big issue at TOB, and that is my DPS. My best weapon is a Fang, which used to be really good at TOB on Slash. But after the nerf to the Slash style on the Fang, it is now much worse than previously. So with no access to a good Slash weapon upgrade outside of TOB, what else can I upgrade? Well, my goal here is to try and get the Lightbearer. I have the Voidwaker and its spec is guaranteed damage, so the more specs I can get off, the more damage I can do. So in between finding teams for TOB, I will go do some Tombs of Amascut to try and hunt for a Lightbearer upgrade. Plus, there is also a chance of me being able to get a Tumican Shadow from here, which would also solve my need for a charged staff. So if I'm going to get a purple from here, the best would be the Tumican Shadow, and then after that, the Lightbearer. But let's see how this KC will go with my new upgrades of the Perilous Moons gear and my rune crossbow with ruby bolts and diamond bolts. It seems my DPS with a rune crossbow is just not good. So in the future, I am just going to melee him with a Fang, and I'm just going to bring in my Atlatl and my Eclipse gear when I actually do fight Arca instead. Because then as well, I'm losing a bunch of bolts because they don't land on the land here. So that fight cost me about 100 ruby bolts and I don't even know how many diamond bolts, probably the same. So definitely worth it for me to just use the Fang and then only use the Atlatl and stuff on Arca and the Warden when I have to. Carefree feels about the same as what it used to. I do end up taking a bit more damage from the little range Scarabus though, so I do have to pray range. Back when I was in Barrow's gear, they would never hit me, so I never had to pray for him. But now they actually hit me a little bit. So that's only one negative to the gear as its defenses of what Barrows gave me, but with the melee strength and the max hits that it gives me, it definitely more than makes up for it in other rooms. Time for the Wardens. It's been a little while since I've been back here. Last time I actually did these within leagues, so hopefully it should go okay, just like the rest of the raid has been completely fine so far. It's definitely going a lot quicker than what it used to with the upgrades that I've definitely made since I came back. Like, every slot has nearly been upgraded, except the Aram's top, which has stayed the same. Besides that, upgrades just all round, so it's going much, much faster. Hey, there we go. First raid back. Wasn't even bad. Didn't even have any close calls either. I've still got my 2 Ambrosias to sip from, so not even bad. We'll see if we get lucky for the first one. Of course, we saw a purple at TOB on our not too many raids ago, but I think for the first one back in a while, we kind of have to walk it. I am 2.4% for a purple, but I highly doubt it with the Fang I got at 10 KC. It's white. It is what it is. I should also talk about the regular loot that I want from here, since it has also changed from the past. The items I want from here now are gold ore, gold bars, raw food, battle staves, snapdragon seeds, soul runes, and a cache of runes. I want the gold ore, bars, and the battle staves for more crafting XP to get my crafting higher for better jewelry. The battle staves I previously didn't want, but now I have over 4,000 water orbs from the Perilous Moons grind, so they will be great crafting XP. Raw food and snapdragon seeds will just replenish my supplies here and make it an almost zero supply raid for me. The soul runes and cache of runes will be good to stack up for my future charged staves. Soul runes are used to charge the Tumican Shadow, and the cache of runes gives soul, blood, and death runes. Death runes aren't really important for me, so I'm hoping to get either blood runes for the Sang or soul runes for my Tumican Shadow in the future. There is also one other award that I want from here, which is the Jewel of the Sun, so I can make the Yellow Keris, which will make going up to higher invocations much easier with its special attack, and how it works inside the raid. First KC back, we are all good and more comfortable again. I just used the Atlatl on Zebak for the entire fight that time, and I have to say, it was by far the fastest Zebak I have ever done on this account. It looks like this is the best way to go when fighting him, but the bad thing about it is it used up a fair few darts. I think it used up around about 100, just a bit over 100. So actually, it's not even that bad if I actually do use it. Yeah, maybe I could actually use it, because if that only used up just a little bit over 100 darts or on 100 darts, then I'm good for like another 250 plus raids. So this could be the play going forward for Zebak. And the Atlattl's nearly as good as this episode's sponsor. This episode's sponsor is honestly so sick. Boot.dev. Now, what is this? Boot.dev is a website that helps you learn programming by gamifying the content and making it like an RPG. You'll learn back-end web development from start to finish in the Python and Go programming languages in a much better and more engaging way than regular learning, since you'll earn XP, levels, achievements, and complete quests as you learn. And as RuneScape players, I know we love doing all of that. The people at Boot.dev believe the smartest way to learn to code is to make sure you're never bored, so it's online, self-paced, and feels like an RPG game. I've done programming back in school and hated it, but with Boot, it's actually really fun. That also might be because they get you to write a ton of code too, because they believe getting your hands on a keyboard and shipping products is the only way to really learn. And I believe them. So honestly, give Boot.dev a try to learn some programming, since it's basically risk-free with their 30-day no-questions money-back guarantee and a free demo of every course and its interactive features. Plus, of course, if you click the link in the description and use my code ZZ to get 25% off your first payment for Boot.dev, that's 25% off your first month or even your first year, depending on your subscription you choose. So honestly, go try the website. It's free to try, and if you like it, sign up with my link. So thank you, Boot.dev, for sponsoring this episode. Another raid done for the exact same. No deaths still, so we're going all right. Nearly died to a DC, but that's all right. Well, not a DC. My client started crashing, so... well. Nope. Nothing this time again. Just normal chest loot. For the Warden fight, I've decided to do something a bit different than I have been. I am now skull skipping to earn more points per raid. To do this, I just have to start on these marked tiles and start maging the skulls while I spam click them. Since I'm constantly clicking, when they're removed, I run straight away, which makes me skip over the floor at the perfect time to not take any damage. The reason you earn more points for doing this is because if you kill the skulls, they return to the boss and damage it. And since you get points in this raid for damaging the bosses, you can get the extra damage on the wardens yourself. At 180 raid invocation, the skulls deal 80 damage to the warden. And with 4 skull specials, that's 320 damage that the skulls will deal that you can't. Which means you lose out on 800 points, since the warden's P3 phase also has a 2.5 times multiplier on its points. Which means every 1 damage you do, it's actually 2.5 points. This means over a long period of the raids I do, I'll earn a bunch more extra points for very little effort. That's another one done, and the skipping of the skulls done as well, which got me an extra, like, what, 0.15% chance at a purple or something like that? Obviously, with higher invos, that's going to get me more of a chance, but we'll hope we see a purple this time. Nah, just another white light, but that's okay. Oh, it ended up being a 2.5, just a flat 2.5% chance. That's actually not even bad, honestly. Not bad odds at all. Pretty trash loot, honestly. Tell you what, though, this has to be one of the best ways to use the Atlatl for this raid, is just doing this on Barbar so I don't skip the boulder phase, and then I get extra damage on him. So what I do is I double Voidwaker spec. He didn't even hit me that phase, because I did so much damage with the Voidwaker and the Atlatl. So this is by far one of the best strategies I have with the Atlatl. It's really, really nice, honestly. Well, that's another comfy 180 done. Now I just need to go loot the chest. I did also skull skip as well, so I'm going to be ending on like about a 2.5 purple, I think, when I go through this. 2.5%, that is. Yeah, nearly. Which is not too bad. So hopefully we can pull a purple, but I highly doubt it. I don't even know how many raids I've completed now on the actual account. I have completed 16 normal completions and 15 entry modes, but of course I got a 10kc Fang, so I'm not on drop rate again, and I didn't get one. We'll see what we get. Hopefully yellow Keris. No, just kind of really not that good loot. Cache of Runes is good though, and 69 Sharks. That's like probably the best chest I can get. If I get Blood or Soul Runes from this, that's also like really good. Soul Runes, really nice. Manta Rays, Snapdragons, Renars. Well, I definitely profit Super Restores here as well, so any Snapdragons I'm happy to see. So from my inventory, you might not be able to tell, but I've already done 3 of the bosses in here. I haven't eaten a single piece of food or used a single sip of Super Restore for all 3 of these, and I'm still doing a 180. The only thing I changed Path Seeker Invocation, which basically levels up all paths by 1. That gives them all 15% extra health, which I originally liked because 15% extra health across all the bosses does add up to a fair bit of unique chance. So I am curious to see what my unique chance is by the end of this. But if I get no food eaten and no potions drank, and I can still do a 180 here. That's kind of crazy. So in the future, I might actually leave it off, and I might change it to a to the current invocation I have, which is another Arca one, which means he can swap his prayers randomly, which means I'll have to swap my gear randomly instead of the set amount of attacks that he does, which could benefit me massively if he wants to stay on melee or ranged for a long time. That means my Arca fights could be really, really quick. But if he wants to stay on magic for a really long time, my Arca fights will be pretty bad. All right, I have to say, that is by far my fastest Arca. I ate one piece of food and had 2 sips of a potion. That's actually crazy for what Arca usually is for me. That's wild. That was a 4-minute Arca. That was like as fast as like my Kefri, I feel like. That's crazy that that was that quick. Yeah, that seems like this invocation is the way to go if I get lucky enough for it to stay on one of the styles. If it stays on like one of the combat styles that I can use, it's so good. I have never finished with this much food. I've maybe had a raid where I've eaten 4 food before, and that's how I finished it, but I have eaten 1 over the entire raid so far. We are done for the first raid that I've done without Pathseeker, and it's nearly 2 minutes quicker than I've done every other raid, so that is by far a personal best for me, which is not bad, honestly. Now we got to see if we get a purple, the exciting part. Oh my god. Oh my god, it is time. It has been so long since I've seen a purple. It hasn't been that long. I take that back. I haven't done that many fucking KC at all. This is the second purple I've ever got on this account. I really want a light bearer. If we get a light bearer, we are set. If we get another Fang, that is the worst thing I can get, is another Fang. Besides that, for other uniques that I can get, Missouri is... It's alright. It's not the best right now because I'm mainly using Eclipse. Oh, so basically a Tumican Shadow or a light bearer. My 2 best uniques I can get, of course. So I'm really, really hoping. Please be a light bearer. Please be a light bearer. Or a shadow. Either of those 2. Come on, please. Please, please, please. Honestly, it's not the worst thing in the world because I haven't got one. Yeah, not the worst. 3% magic damage plus 1 prayer. I can actually wear it too because of the grind I did for Perilous Moons. Got my prayer over 80, so I can actually wear this already. So that is actually really nice. I'm so happy to have seen a purple, and what a time for it to happen after 2 raids. This is going to sit in the bank until I probably get a... until I get a Sang Staff, because I have no reason to not use my Tome of Fire, because I have, I think, 2,000 fire runes in my bank from bosses, because bosses don't drop many elemental runes. A Tome of Fire just basically just outclasses it, like, just basically a whole level. It could be nice for something. I don't know what that would be for, but it's not too bad. That is pretty good. I also have the Malediction Ward, which, because after the rework change that I've done, it's also not bad as well, because it's 2% magic damage, and that's only 3%, so... And the Malediction Ward has higher magic attack bonus. That's weird. The Malediction Ward is nearly basically comparable to the actual Elidness Ward. But yeah, as I said, I don't have many elemental runes at all. Most of them, like basically all of the ones I craft myself, or they come from a boss. And not too many bosses drop elemental runes at all. But I will use it when I get a Sang, so it's an extra 3% for that, plus 1 prayer bonus. That's the back-to-back raid completed with another probably 2.4% chance when I enter here. And what was my speed on that one? That was also like a 40-minute completion. That was not bad at all. Yeah, 2.4%. So I'm only losing out on 0.1% for having the Pathseeker one on, and I'm using up much less resources, being my darts on Zebak, and the fights are much easier with every one of them having 15% less. But the true thing is, will we get a back-to-back purple? Probably not, because they are about a 1 in 40 for me. Nah, no back-to-back, unfortunately. Oh, I got Tomb Looter because I got 25 runs of the normal mode done. That's not too bad. I am now going to do entry mode, so just a level 50 entry mode, and I'm going to try and complete them faster so I can get a yellow gem. I'm currently sort of stuck at doing 180s or a little bit below because of my supplies and stuff like that, because I have to take in sharks because I have no brews. But if I get myself a yellow Keris, then I can move up the invocations because I have that, and I will be able to spec with it to save myself in certain situations. And basically, I can make my super restores count as food in a way. So what I am going to do now is do 50 invocation raids, because that does give me the chance of still getting a light bearer on a 50. And of course, I can complete them quicker to maybe get one of the yellow gems for my Keris. It was really weird completing another entry mode and feeling so powerful like, it was really fast. At 27:37, my fastest I've ever done a 150 was at 38 minutes or something like that. So this is 11 minutes faster, and I'm using up much less darts per raid, and I'm still getting nearly a 1.4% chance at a purple, which honestly, that's not even that bad, surprisingly. And then, of course, faster runs means more chance at getting a yellow gem. So that loot is really not horrible. So I'm actually going to change my invocation to be a 150 this time. Doing the 50s was pretty quick, but it was still around 28 minutes when I can do a 180 in around 38 to 40 minutes. So I was only saving really like 10 minutes per raid, and I was getting an extra 1% for the 180s. So I've decided I'll try a 150 instead. If I look at the summary here, the stat modifier is 60 for all of them. But if I go back up to a 180, it goes up to 72% for all of them. So I'm basically dealing with 12% less HP and 12% less defenses on them. So I should be hitting much more accurately with these on and still having a chance at a shadow potentially, and my percent should go up. So this might be a good middle ground between the 50 and the 80s. So it looks like if I don't die during one of these 150 raids, I have a 2.11% chance of a purple. So I'm only losing out on 0.29% of a chance. So honestly, that's not too bad for this being my fastest raid so far. So I might honestly keep it. It was about like 3 minutes quicker, so not too bad. There we go. That one's finished. I have no idea what that one was for. Oh, it's because I 2 down the Wardens this time. As you can see from my Darok Axe inventory, I 2 down the Warden with it. I had it on 5 HP if I didn't have this in my inventory. So if I got the final hit with the Darok Axe, I got it. So that's really nice. Now let me go look and see if I get a purple. So it was 2.06% if I 2 down the Wardens. If I 3 down the Wardens, it was 2.13 is what I think it was. So I'm only losing out on a little bit less percent for a much, much faster raid. 34-minute raid is actually crazy quick. No, just white. Still no gem either. They are incredibly rare though, which kind of sucks. But gold bars is some crafting XP, so I do not mind that. Another one killed. And a novice tomb raider completed, which is 50 overall raids. So not too bad. And that was my best speed for before the Wardens, because I didn't really hit too hard on the Wardens. But yeah, we'll see if we get a purple. We'll do the good old walk up and see if we get one for our 50th raid overall. I'm still very like, nah, we wide again. We're getting even quicker times now. 29 minutes to complete the whole rest of the raid, and then 33 minutes and a half to kill the boss as well. Getting even faster for this 2% chance. All right, that one was by far my quickest raid because it was just over 30 minutes. I made it to the Wardens at 26:52. That is so quick. That was the easiest one I've ever done. It was unbelievably fast, actually. My hits were just incredibly good throughout the whole thing, and Arca basically never stayed on Mage phase, so even he was super quick. Oh my god, I actually got the yellow gem. That's actually so good. I didn't expect to get this one first. These gems are actually so incredibly rare that it feels nice to actually get them. And I got the only one that I wanted first out of everything. That is so nice. That's actually almost better than... It's not better than a light bearer. I would have preferred a light bearer because then I could have left here. But this is really, really nice to have, actually. Crazy good that I got this gem. I'm going to add this to my Keris, and then I can now bring in that, and I could maybe go up my invocations now as well, and actually go a lot higher and see how we go. I'm going to have to work out a new inventory and new invocations because of this, but that's a good problem to have. That is a very, very good problem to have. I'm going to go out and work around what I'm actually going to do now invocation-wise. Now I can attach this to my Keris, and there we go. Keris Butters in the Sun. This one's really cool with its special attack. I use 50 prayer points and restore my hit points up to 20% above their maximum. So it can really, really help me during raids if I ever get low. It's just kind of like having an Ambrosia without the prayer effect. It just takes some of my prayer. It only uses up 75% of my special attack as well. So that's also another really good thing. This is just like a complete failsafe on some of the bosses in there. So if I ever get low, I can just straight up use this. This will probably save me on Arca a fair bit, but this should actually help me get through higher invocations. because the supply drain on Arca was like the main thing that kind of sucked. And if I actually use this to kill monsters as well, it's got a passive effect where it heals me if I actually kill them for like some prayer points, which I don't know, that could come in handy. But yeah, I really want to try upping my invocations now and seeing how far I can go with it. So I think I've got my invocations set for the minute. I'm only going to be running a 250. I'm not going to do an expert just yet, but all I have to do an expert is add insanity on. I just have to get a little bit more used to insanity again, and then I think I'll be all good. I do just want to see how my DPS and the damage I'll be taking on a 250 is. So I'm going to run the 250 first because obviously their defenses and their damage are all increased. They're up to all 100% extra from their base stats now. All right, so Zebak has, it looks like, about 200 extra health. So that could suck a little bit, but it shouldn't be too bad. His defenses are probably going to be fairly increased, so my at-ladder might be a fair bit less accurate. And I was getting about an average of a 3-minute kill previously, so we'll just have to see what that turns into now for the first kill. Okay, that's Zebak down. Didn't have to eat any food, didn't have to drink any potions, just like normal. But how long was it? 6 minutes. Okay, that doubled in time. That's really cool. That's pretty fun. Hopefully, Kefri doesn't take that much longer, because I'm definitely going to be using more prayer in here, because as soon as it summons the little scarab dudes out of the eggs that it spawns, I'm going to have to pray range the whole fight now, when I usually used to didn't have to do that. Well, that's Kefri dead. I did have to drink 2 sips of potion during this, so that kind of sucks. It's not 0 supply anymore, but it is what it is. It's not the worst. I think I can deal with having 2 sips. There we go. Barba's dead. That was honestly not as bad as well. That was also a 2-dose prayer potion boss. Okay, we nearly got him through. There we go. All right, now it's just onto the come phase, which could be maybe bad, but I think we might be all right. There we go. All right. Arc is done. Now I'm just up to the Wardens, and I've nearly already hit 2% chance for a purple, so not too bad. And I finished it, and I still have 1 full super restore and a shark left, so not the worst thing in the world, honestly. Oh my god, the damage at the end there was just, I was hitting nothing. But we did the first completion of a 250. That's not bad. 48 minutes 34 for a 3 point, what is it when I go through? A 3.41% chance. So I basically got an extra 1.4% chance over the 150s I was doing for an extra, I would say 15 minutes of raid time. It did get pretty sketchy though. Like I only had an extra bunch of those in, and that was all the brews that I had left. So yeah, a little bit sketchy, but it's not the worst. I, of course, still did have a Karis spec if I did need it in the future, but yeah, a little bit sketchy, but we'll see if we get anything for bumping up our raid and doing a 250 for the first time. No purple for the first 250. Oh my god, that was a hard fought KC. I actually had to die to Arca at the start of the fight because I just didn't have enough supplies. I entered Arca with 1 shark and a super restore and a half, and I was like, this isn't enough. So I actually just suicided him so I could get 2 locusts, and that was just enough to get this KC. So I've got just over 3% this time. So this was a very, very hard fought KC. So I'm really hoping I get a purple in this one because, yeah, scuff means stuff, you know? Nah, just a white light again. So now it's time to start doing some TOB. I put out a YouTube post asking for anyone if they wanted to do some TOBs with me. So thank you to everyone that responded, and thank you to all the people who actually have done some raids with me. We ended up wiping in the Nilo room because I'm honestly still not the best at it because we were in a 3-man. So I want to try and do some more 4-man raids for now. So that's why there's 4 of us this time. So hopefully these raids will go a little bit better. All right, we didn't die. It's a bonus. So my plan is for these mage phases, I truly bring in the leech form for them. I don't bring any runes, and I just truly leech that phase. That is the plan. I do my 2 Voidbreaker specs on it, and then I just leech every other mage phase that comes up, honestly. Nice. All right. All right, it's my first deathless raid on the account, but oh well, that's good. No one died, actually, through the whole thing. No purple. Oh well. That's fine. I can still get some really good loot from here. So before I open the chest, let's talk about the items I want from here. Let's talk about the purples first. The number 1 item I want is the Sang Staff, of course. This staff uses 3 blood runes per cast, which is costly, but it also has an effect that will heal me at a chance of 1 in 6 hits. It also heals for half the damage dealt. This is such a great staff and will still have its uses even after I get a shadow because of this healing effect. The next best items I want are full Justicia. This armor will be much better tank than my barriers gear, and it'll be very useful for my future Bandos grind, and also it will be some of my dream gear for my Inferno attempt. The Grazi Rapier would have been amazing if I didn't already have a Fang. The Rapier is still best in slot in some niche places like Perilous Moons, so if I did need to go back for more darts, this would make it slightly quicker, but I would be fine if I didn't get it. Now the most common item, the Avernic Hilt. As you might imagine, this item is useless for me. I can't get a Dragon Defender since it doesn't come from a boss, and the hilt's only use is to attach to a Dragon Defender. So whenever I get one, I'm just going to drop it for the team of people that are helping me for them to split up amongst themselves. And last but not least, the Scythe. The mega rare melee weapon from this raid. Honestly, the Scythe is so good. You can use the Scythe charged or uncharged. There is only a stat difference between them. Uncharged has 75 slash and 50 strength bonus. Charged, however, it has 125 slash bonus and 75 strength. Because of the resource issues I have, I would probably be using the Scythe uncharged, but even then, this weapon is still a monster. Uncharged and using the Scythe on Maiden, it would be 1 DPS higher than my Fang, if of course 2 Elder Mauls were hit, which is pretty likely. And my max hit would be a massive 64. Now, if it was charged, it would be 3 DPS higher, and my max hit would be 74. This, of course, would make every raid so much faster, since I would be pulling my weight a lot more. There, of course, are many places outside of TOB where this weapon would be best in slot for me, but I'll talk about them whenever I go to them in the future. Now, the rares from here are split up into 3 categories. The Avernic is the most common purple, you'll see that pretty commonly. The Sang, the Rapier, and Full Justicia is all the same drop rate. So if I get a piece of Justy, it could have been a Sang, or if I get a Rapier, it could have been a Sang. If that happens, it will kind of suck, but it is what it is. And then of course the Scythe being the mega rare and the rarest item from this raid. So I'll probably see a fair few Avernics while I'm here, but hopefully I can get lucky enough to get a Sang first. Now, what about normal loot? This raid's normal loot is so cracked. It's got so many items that were previously pretty hard to get that come in great quantities, like coal, molten glass, battle staves, Cadentines, Aventos, Qualms, and grimy dwarf weeds. These items all came from somewhere else at either a low rate or low amount, so getting such huge quantities from here at a rate of 1 in 10 is so damn good for me. The other items that are still good but can be found other places, like the gold ore, blood runes, swamp tar, potato cactus, and addy ore. All the herbs mentioned are good for potions. I previously didn't have a good way to get the herbs for, but I have heaps of secondaries. The gold, molten glass, and battle staves are all great crafting XP, and the blood runes will just be good for my future Sang staff or Scythe. Who knows what I get. So even if I don't see a purple, but I get these items, I will still be incredibly happy about it. I'm happy about that. Hopefully I get battle staves, herbs that I need, qualms. Probably more on the side of stuff I don't need, but at least we finished one. At least we finished one. A 2-down combat task at Bloat. Love to see it. Scuff does not equal stuff, but I still get good loot in this, so that's not too bad. Gold, that's what we want, and more vials of blood for that Scythe I'm gonna pull straight away. Hey, I lived and I actually did decently in that entire fight. That was actually good. That was good. I barely drank any brews. I'm actually happy with myself. I drank 2 brews. See if we get a purple now for the team. There is no team purple. Qualms, yes, that is perfect. That is one of the main herbs that I wanted, and I got near the max, I think. Well, I didn't get the lowest. The lowest is in the 30s. So that is really, really good. I'm happy with that. I will say that full Blood Moon here, it's the reason I bring in these Maracas every single time, is because I'm usually the one meleeing the Nilo room. So the set effect with it being able to 3-tick 30% of the time after every time I hit really helps in here, because having a faster weapon is always the best. People usually bring in like either a Swift Blade or a Ham Joint, something that makes them attack at 3 ticks, because it's better for this room, because I've got low health and you can one-shot them. So having these are actually really pretty good, because a lot of the time I am one-shotting them and proccing the ability to go 3-tick. So it's actually speeding it up melee-wise for me a lot. It makes me feel not as useless in here, at least. Gear-wise. We lived again. I died, so I doubt I'm getting shit, but that was a good raid. That was quick. Oh, yeah, we didn't even get a purple for anyone else either. Scammed. Hopefully some more qualms and some more herbs I need. Those are not herbs that I need. That one's a bad chest. That is a very bad chest, actually. If these raids keep going as well as they are, I'm actually profiting brews from here. I'm also only losing out on like 2 super restores, it looks like, as well, because I only take 6 in with me. So it's actually incredibly good for supplies for me currently. It's really not bad. With those qualms, I can make some more super strengths, and I have super attacks I can take in because I'm kind of out of super combats now. So looks like that's what we're going to move to. No, move. Oh my god. I can't. I clicked on the fucking crab when it spawned, and it red X'd me, and I couldn't stop it because of ping. Damn, that was a good case, eh? I definitely feel like I'm getting much better at this as well, so no death for me in this raid, so some others died, so, you know, there's a chance I get a purple. Of course not. That's okay, though. I wonder what I could get in the chest. Hopefully some good loot. Molten glass, gold ore. Just give me those 2. And my client decides to freeze. That's also cool. Cadentines. Actually, that's really good. I don't have any more cadentines, and I have no cadentine seeds, so I'm happy about that. They're going to be good super defenses for me. It's the only one of the potions that I don't actually have at the minute, because I got a bunch of super attacks from Zemi. I have qualms for my super strengths. I just don't have any cadentines, so that is going to be very helpful for the Bandos grind. This is the first time I've ever done a 5-man TOB before. Gotta say, I'm liking it because this is so quick. I've only ever usually got 4-mans together, but this time I got 5-man just after I posted the last video, so it's actually very, very nice to actually have 5 people doing this. That maiden was by far the quickest one I've ever done, which is so nice, actually. I'm definitely going to try my hardest in the future to try and get 5-man teams each time, because this is quick. Gotta say, this is the first time I've done this on an Australian world in a long time, and you really get used to 300 ping. I've been doing this on US West a little bit, and doing it on like an Australian world after a while is so weird, being able to get instant clicks. It is really, really odd, honestly. I am not used to this. But it's definitely going smoother because of that, but sometimes I do take damage because I'm moving too quick than what I expect. It's just so weird. Just a death at the end, but I don't think it really counts because the thing is over. No, I think it does count. Honestly, not sure. But that was a quick raid. That was not bad at all. No purple for anyone, unfortunately, but damn, that was fast. That was not bad at all. We had a lot of team deaths, but it wasn't too bad. And our MVP was Scrums. Not horrible. It was pretty bad because they were all on Australian ping, so it wasn't easy for him. Why does my client crash on the first chest I open every single time? That is a pretty trash loot. Honestly, not good herbs. I wish I got some better ones. So I've come back to TOA just because there's no teams at the minute, and of course, I still am looking for that light bearer. And hey, there is that chance I could still hit the Tumican Shadow, but it's pretty unlikely. I just want the light bearer. I'll just take the light bearer. Ah, it's white. Well, there's a raid, and that combat achievement shows it because that right there is 50 KC for just normal modes here at Tombs of a Mascot. So that is not too bad. Already 50 KC here is pretty damn good, actually. I think after this raid, I'm going to try and move back to TOB now, so I might leave off here at 50 KC for a little bit and come back in the future. That's looking like a white light to me. Ah, well, it is what it is. At least we've done 50 KC here now. That's actually not too bad at all. I definitely feel like doing these last like 30 odd KC since I've come back have gone really quick with all the Eclipse gear. Like especially the Eclipse has made this a lot faster. And of course the Blood Moon giving me a fair bit extra strength bonus. So it's honestly not going too bad. Doing these 230s is a lot more casual than what 250s was as well. I am almost always have food left and my prayer goes all right. So sticking to these 230s seems to be the way to go until I get a light bearer and then I can start doing some experts. Well, that's a first. A perfect bloat. We usually almost always get hit by something, so that's actually cool to see a combat achievement here. There we go. That's one done. Another one done. That was a deathless one for everyone in the raid. So we'll see if anyone gets a purple. No purple and just a white light for me as well. Depressing, man. I've still only seen one purple here, and it was the first KC, which was pretty cool. That was fast. Below 20 minutes. That was a crazy good one. Another deathless KC for everyone, so we'll hope we see a purple for someone. I want to see one again. No one gets a purple yet again. Okay. It's rigged. Never mind, I love this place. It gave me molten glass. I love it. Wow, that one was also below 19 minutes. That was a minute faster than the last one. That's actually crazy fast now. Wow, that's actually the first time I've ever done the Nilo room on a 3-man. And we didn't even lose a pillar, so I took like no damage in this. This is by far the best 3-man I've ever had going so far. Last time I tried a 3-man, we actually died to the Nilo room and couldn't pass it, so I decided on 4-mans after that, but I didn't have enough people online, so we decided to send this 3-man. So far, it's working out pretty well. Maybe I've gotten a little bit better, or just maybe these two are just really good. Probably just these guys being really good. I gotta say though, it's been a little bit since I've done a 200 ping Verzik. It's helping when I'm not recording, so I'm gonna stop. All right, there I've swapped the tank. I've learnt better from the first raid I did with EVscape and stuff. I can just keep under and stay under the boss until it misses its 2 auto attacks, and then it will swap to someone else who knows how to tank better than me. So that's what I've been doing now every time I have to tank, so it's been helping a lot. There we go, that was clean. I didn't die. It was a very good 3-man raid. It was very nice. Hopefully we see a purple for that. We did not. Unfortunate, unfortunate. Always rigged. Well, we'll see what I get anyway. Hopefully some more molten glass. I've been on a good streak of molten glass. Yeah, that's pretty poor, actually. Just looking at my scoreboard, and honestly, it's not the worst. Like, 22 attempts, 15 completions, 23 deaths. It's not going horrible for me, considering I am doing most of these on at least 200 ping. At least 200. Any purples for anyone? No. Again, God, this is... I was thinking I was going to be lucky when I saw one on the first one, but not seeing one since kind of sucks. Cadentine's is pretty good though, so is Swamp Tar. That's a nice amount of Herblore XP between those two drops. First time I've actually gotten Swamp Tar, which is actually pretty cool. The best way I can use up the irrits I get from here is with that Swamp Tar, since I can't get Eyes of Newt anywhere, so it is a bit more Herblore XP, which is actually pretty nice. No purple yet again. Okay. I think now I should have seen a second purple by now, because I think in a 4-man it's about a 1 in 9 to see a purple, and I've only seen 1 on the first KC. Oh my god, that is such a good chest. That is like something I would love to see nearly every time, because I'm closer and closer to being able to make magic potions. So potato cactuses are going to be really good for herblore, and then as I've said multiple times, those are both really good for crafting. So that is a great chest. It may be 69k, but that's like what one of the like most perfect chests would look like for me right now. Still no purples. Okay, but that is raid number 20 completed. That is not that bad at all. 20 Theater of Bloods has happened pretty damn fast for a very bad loot. Oh well. But yeah, 20 is pretty sick actually. There we go. It's another one done. 5-man, 0 deaths. So surely a purple this time for the 21st KC. No. God damn. I feel like they don't exist anymore. It feels really weird going now 20 KC without seeing one. No purple. I do have this plugin now, though. It tells me the chance of purples for the team and, like, personal and stuff. I don't know why the team chance is like that and my chance is 13. Maybe it's because, like, if there was a purple, I had a 13% chance to get it. That might be it. But our chance overall to see a purple as a team is 1.35. So that will be a good indicator on every chest I get now on, like, what our chance of a purple is. But in a 4-man, if it is deathless, I think it's like a 9.1 or something like that for a purple. So yeah, hopefully we do see one soon, because that is kill number 23. Kind of sucks not seeing a purple in 22 KC after the first one, but you know, the first one was kind of a miracle on that raid. Another plugin that I got, if you can see in my chat down here as well, it shows me how much damage I did in every single room there as well. So you can see where I am dealing damage and where I'm losing out on some damage for the team. So since there was 4 of us, 25% would be a nice even split between us. So I did 22% at Maiden and nearly 23% at Sodaseg. Sodaseg's actually pretty good with the Fang, so that makes sense. At the Nilo boss, I did 22%, which is very surprising considering my Mage weapon is only the 2 specs with the Void Waker. I did get very lucky with it not doing very much Mage, so that kind of helped. But you can see where I kind of fall flat at Zarpus because I range it, I can't really melee it properly, and also at Verzik. Both P2 and P3 are both pretty low damage for me. So that kind of sucks, but it is what it is for those rooms. I'm not getting carried or anything too hard, only for like Verzik really for the last 2 phases. But other than that, I'm sitting close to the 20% in those ones that I'm nearly pulling my weight the entire time. So that's actually pretty nice to see, except for Bloat as well. Bloat kind of sucks as well, but I don't have a Chally. Those things hit really hard. Well, that one there is the 25th KC, and I am now a veteran at TOB, apparently, for a purple. No, of course not. Why would we ever see more than one purple in 25 KC? 17. That is a really, really good chest. That is all items that I need. Coal is so good. Battle Staves is just extra crafting XP, so that's really good. And then 53 Catentines is so many super defenses. God, this place is good for its regular loot for me. What is with this no purple thing? It sucks. It really sucks here. It's not even about me getting one now. It's just about seeing one. I want to see one again. Oh my god, there's actually a purple in here. Not mine, but very cool to see one. Scrums has deserved it as well. He's done a lot with me. Oh, Molten Glass and Gold. That's actually crazy good for me. I'll explain why that's so good after we see this purple here. Justy Face Guard. Okay, that's not the best for them, their main accounts. So, of course, they don't need it. This Molten Glass right here, I have had a little project that I've been doing the past couple of days, and that has been using up my resources. All my gold, all my gems, everything. And look at my crafting level. 5.4k XP away from 80 crafting. Now, 80 is a good milestone level, but what does 80 give me? 80 gives me the ability to make a glory. I have been using an Amulet of Power since like episode 7 or something like that. I've probably been using an Amulet of Power for a year and a half on this account or something like that. So getting a glory upgrade is honestly so good. It is actually crazy that I'll be able to upgrade that. So I'm actually going to go make one just really soon. If these guys want to do another raid, I'll send one with them. But then after I'm done here with these guys, I'm going to actually go make a glory and actually make an upgrade to my amulet slot. And finally, after many, many hours, a big level has finally been achieved. I can now make Dragonstone amulets. That is so good. Let's go make them then. I'm going to just make just a couple. Why not? Yeah, I've exhausted my diamond stack doing this. I still have a lot of emeralds, but yeah, this is taken like basically all the crafting supplies I had at the minute for these Dragonstone amulets. Now, let's head over to Luna, go get on Luna Spellbook, string them, and then we can finally enchant them. Now, I have them. Now, I just need to string some of them. Of course, it's pretty hard to get balls of wool for me, so Luna's is still my best way of just stringing them without balls of wool, so it's pretty nice. But these are the first Dragonstone amulets I have, and then I just need to pray and swap back in a second, and I can finally enchant it and get a glory. Now, I can't ever, unfortunately, charge the glories and get any of the teleports and just use them, but you can actually add a glory to your house. So you add a glory like this when it's uncharged to your house, and then it gets all the teleports unlimited. So one of these glories I am definitely going to mount in my house. Let's run over to the bank and compare the stats of what my previous best, being a power amulet, is compared to what a glory is. So if I grab this power amulet out and I wear it, we can see the stat difference is I get +4 in every single attack style and +2 prayer on top of an amulet of power. I do lose out on 3 defense across all styles, but at the end of the day, 3 is not really going to matter, but the +4 in accuracy in all my styles is actually so big. So with how the Fang works in TOA, that means I'm going to be even more accurate with just this +4 accuracy, which is great. It's why you see people taking in Mixed Hide into Tombs of a Masket over stuff like Bandos now. Just because the little bit of extra stab bonus is really big for Tombs of a Masket. It's big outside of it, but it's even bigger inside of it. So now this is by far my best in-slot amulet. I am probably not ever really going to wear a power again in the future. So this has just completely replaced it. I'm going to have more DPS everywhere. In some places, it gives me a fair bit of DPS increase. But let's go mount this in the house and actually just get one going in there. And then I have all the teleports that I need from it. Now I can just build just on this spot just here for the guild trophy space. And then I can make my Amulet of Glory on the wall. There we go. Now I actually have access to all the teleports without having access to being able to charge them. I think I need either Legends quest or Heroes quest to charge them. It's one of those. Can't ever complete that quest, but I can teleport with the Glory. So that's actually really, really good. So now if I ever want to get to Edgeville really quickly, I can just go straight there. Previously, if I ever wanted to come to Edgeville really quickly, I would either teleport to Ferox and run underground and come up through the Soul Wars portal, or just teleport straight to Soul Wars. But now I have access to here, Alcarid, Draenor, and of course Karamja really easy. All teleports that I didn't really have the best access to. So I am super happy with this upgrade we have made, because it is going to be so good now. Next episode, I'm going to put my glory to good use and do even more TOBs until I get myself a purple. So get ready for that episode. Also, big shout out to everyone who came and helped me with my TOB KC. Everyone was great, so a huge shout out to all of you. If you guys still want to raid with me, you can add me in-game on bosses only and come join me for that. Also, I'm back streaming on Twitch, so my Twitch is linked down below if you want to come watch me do this stuff live. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video.